My journey of this work starts growing up from a single mother in Oakland. I had a rough time in middle school and elementary school, but got my act together by high school. I went to college to be an engineer, and then teaching called me. It was not my plan. As a first-year teacher, I was failing, doing a horrible job. Like, I love math, I love teaching math, but you can't be this smart and fail in my class. It must be something I'm doing wrong. And so my last effort to try and figure it out, I invited some of them in to lunch. I said, in exchange for lunch once a week, they would teach me how to be a better teacher. And that's how the 4 Club started in 2004.
During COVID, there was an extreme rise of anti-Asian hate crimes, and I just remember that in my community there was a loss of safety and elders were getting attacked in broad daylight, and I knew that I wanted to make a change. As a high school senior, I've got to be a national team board member with the nonprofit organization Beyond Differences. In my early childhood, I used to live with my grandmother. My grandmother wanted to teach me origami, and so I took this origami childhood memory and I wanted to create an art curriculum with Beyond Differences. And it's reached over 10,000 schools, so it's been very exciting.
The work I needed to do with those young men couldn't happen in the classroom. The amount of support they needed, it wasn't mathematical, it was social, it was emotional, it was connection, it was mentoring. And what I needed to do with those young men is have them in a space where we could have a real talk about how you really feel, not just what you need people to think you feel. We saw it work. I saw it work with young men who I had tried every activity I had to get them to open up, and they just wouldn't open up. They were really closed off. And we did this activity with the mask, and it worked. We set this goal to collect 1 million masks around the world. It's engaging 1 million people in this self-reflection tool. We're on a mission to hit our 1 million masks by summer 2025.
We presented my art curriculum at the Lunar Year Festival in San Francisco, Chinatown in February of this year. I just remember that day, it was such a bittersweet day because before that was the Monterey Park shooting, and so the community was in a state of grief. And after talking with the hundreds of children we met that day, it was just such a relieving moment that we could make a difference. Each individual would make a paper crane, and they would write a message of what they wanted to see from their community. So they would write that on their little paper and attach that to their crane. And at the end, each individual would attach it to string, and this would create a symbol of connection and overall culture of belonging.
I think community means belonging, and what we try and help them see is that we are here to plant seeds.
I believe that it's my job to uplift those who feel isolated, and I believe that just the little steps of writing what they hope for in their community, it can try to make them feel more connected with others.
Every time I see these young men, they say, "Grandchild, I just had a new little one. I want you to meet my child. I want you to meet my son." I am overjoyed that I had a part to play. How many people around the world need to be reminded that there's more to them than people can see? There's more to me than people can see by just looking at me. That's our goal. And that's what we're going to do.
Once again, please welcome to the stage